It has already been 12 weeks since we got these meat birds, and they are ready to be processed. Now this is a pretty big deal for us because we've been dreaming about processing our own meat for a long time. Now we have helped other people process chickens in the past, so we have a little bit of experience, but this is the first time doing everything ourselves. And it's interesting, you know, the last 8 weeks since they've been on pasture, we move them several times a day, we've been feeding them several times a day, and there's just a different connection to your food when you do that. So tomorrow morning we're getting up bright and early and we're going to be processing these birds. There's 26 of them and they are big red broilers from Murray McMurray Hatchery. They've gotten pretty big. I'm curious to see what the final weight will be on all of them. Now this particular breed is a little smaller than say like a Cornish cross, but it's more of a hardy bird. They forage, they scratch around, and they're more like a chicken. So we wanted a bird like that because they're going to help us bring back these depleted and overgrown pastures out back by fertilizing them, by scratching around. So that was the main reason we got a bird like this. So we're really excited because tomorrow morning is the day. We're going to process all of these. We'll bring you along for the journey. I'm curious to see what's going to happen tomorrow morning with Blue because she has been very protective of these birds. She's helped me every single time I've moved them and fed them. She runs around the coop like that to make sure they don't get out because she's a herding dog and that's her job. That's what she's bred to do. Now normally they're bred to herd cattle and sheep and stuff, but she does a good job and she's never once tried to attack them or bite them. Even the few times where they've gotten out, she does not bother them. She's very, very protective. Special thank you to High Sea Boots for sponsoring this video. We've had these boots for a few weeks now and they've made morning chores pretty awesome because I can just slip them on. They're super comfortable. The ones I got came with like a super padded insole, which helps me a lot. If I wear flat boots, my back starts to hurt. So these have been pretty amazing for that. They're really, really comfortable and I've really enjoyed having them for morning chores. So special thank you to High Sea for sponsoring the video. Be sure to check them out. I'll leave a link below. All right, today's the day. Got the plucker set up. Got the water heating up. Got our knives, everything out. Tanya's filling the coolers. Kids are excited as well. We've been talking about this for a long time. Let's do it. Did it!
Down to the last 2 birds.
We got 2 more birds left. Tanya's been doing a great job. My main job was taking care of the chickens, and Carson was helping me with the plucker. And then Tanya and Rachel had a really nice system.
Yeah.
What do you gotta say?
It definitely took a minute to figure out like
everyone's place. Rachel and I found our groove with butchering. She was okay cutting the heads off and cutting the feet off, and then I was doing the guts. So it just was a great team effort and we kept things rolling. So I'm really happy with the size of the birds, the process of a beautiful day. So I think it went really good.
So now that we're done with the processing part, we're gonna bag them up. We're gonna clean up first and then let them chill on ice for a little bit. And then we're gonna bag them up and weigh them. I'm really curious to see where some of these came in. The last few here are a little on the small side, but we had some that I bet are gonna be every bit of 5, maybe 6 pounds. We had some big birds, so I'm excited to see what they weigh and how we did.
We let the birds chill, and now we are working together to get them all bagged. So we're weighing them, we're patting them dry just so they go in the bag easy, and dipping them in water so they suck the air out of the bag and seal. But we're getting like an average of like 5-pound birds. So, and I'm super happy with that because as a family of 4, I normally would buy like anywhere from a 3 to 5 pound bird at the grocery store for us to eat for a meal. So I'm super happy with this. Rachel, this one is 5.2 pounds. So I'm just telling Rachel how much each bird weighs, and I want to go through and add it up and see how much meat we got, and then calculate how much feed and figure out costs per pound. Carson, run these birds. And then Carson is in charge of taking the birds to the freezer as we seal them up.
Woo! Woo!
Still some ice in the middle of that one. Overall, I'm really happy with how today went. It went smooth. We didn't have any surprises. I didn't cut into anything that like spread all kinds of bile everywhere, which I was nervous about. We learned a lot. We went to the class at the Homesteading Festival with Joel Salatin, and I feel like that really helped like refresh my memory from helping friends last summer. And so I felt confident going into it. We did all the legwork of learning before we did it, and now it's done, which is super surreal. Like, we've talked about this for years and years and years, and so to be doing this is a big deal. Do you have anything to say?
Well, the gutting was kind of gross, but I liked cutting off the heads best. There's something satisfying with the knife.
After they were plucked.
After they were plucked.
Yeah.
And I plucked off the tail feathers and cut off the heads and cut off the feet.
This oil gland was left on.
Oh no.
Did you think it was easier than you thought it would be, or harder? What do you think?
It was definitely grosser than I thought it would be.
Carson's job was to help Dad catch the birds, and then he was in charge of the plucker, which is super easy for a kid to run. He just had to turn on the button, make sure the hose was in there. So that was a great job for a 6-year-old, right?
You just hit the button.
3.14.
You spray it and then go boom, but it makes weird noise, but it's fine.
Thanks for joining along in our family's journey of accomplishing the task of raising our first ever meat birds.
Bye!